Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Known Classic. This episode number 2568 and double number 2462. First up we have is New Thunderbolts Volume 2. Yep. And this collect issues 7 to 12 of the ongoing series. And this is called Modern Marvels. Yep. Yeah, 7 to 12. Yeah, mostly, but basically it's them being celebrities, and we also see them take on the Purple Man in this story arc. Yep. If you're really curious, like, do we get any new members of the team? I don't think so. No. Oh yeah, Songbird quit the team, and of course we have the final appearance of Dennis Schoolford. Yeah, this actually is his last appearance. He makes one appearance here, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, and of course taking on the Purple Man. Yeah, and basically we deal with his, and we also get the pending appearance in here by the Swordsman. Yeah, he ends up joining the team, I believe, in these set of issues. In issue 8, they take on the freaking take on Shocker, Patrick the Leaper, Machete, and Zeron. Yeah, two characters from the pages of JLA. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also Monica Rambeau in this issue, in issue 9, becomes Pulsar. Yep, she becomes Pulsar in an issue of New Thunderbolts. All because Photon was taken by Genville. For reasons. And of course, also, we deal with them fighting Namor in issue number 9. Yep. Yeah, and of course, this continues on for, and of course, basically, Songbird comes back team. Of course, they're taking on the Purple Man, issue number 10. Issue 11 is a House of M tie-in. Yes. Where it focuses on Genville, where he's a private in the Kree military. And it's just a quick House of M tie-in. It's basically what he was up during House of M. It's weird they just happen to have this here. And issue number 12, this is interesting. The cover is noteworthy for featuring Atlas, where he just basically stands on top of look like the Empire State Building. And this is a close image of him where he's like holding up something. 12 has Blizzard and Mach 4 lead the team. And we see a first appearance of a new Dr. Spectrum named Martha Gomes. Yep. Yeah, and she's not around very long. No, like after this issue, she appears in the next few issues, and that is it for her, sadly. Mm-hmm. It was a cameo by the Vulture and the Wizard. Yep. But this issue is also the first appearance of Scalpel. Yeah. But we're getting pretty close to wrapping up this series, and we'll move on to something else afterwards. Yep. Oh, by the way, the end of the issue 12 has the return of Baron Zemo. Why is he here? The setup issue 100. That's the only reason why he's here. But great set of issues. I give these issues a 10 out of 10. Next up is going to be quite interesting because first we're discussing issues from Excalibur. First discussing issues 78 through 81 of the series. Now, you're thinking, wait, didn't last week discuss like a 40 something? Actually, it was like 50 something. Yeah, I'm going to basically have something fill in the gap for this one. The main reason we're doing this now because this deals with a crossover with X-Force here, because there's an X-Force. 70 to 80 is a three-part notice of Doug Locke Chronicles. Doug Locke is basically Doug Ramsey. Basically, it's Cypher and Warlock combined into one. This is him joining Excalibur in this three-parter. And then 81, it's just basically a standalone issue featuring Xavier and Moira McTaggart. Yep. It's a very interesting idea to have him here. Now, is this the first appearance of Doug Locke? I don't think so. But he does join the team in this very issue. Mm-hmm. He pretty much joins the team here. Yeah, Warlock comes back as Deathlock. What he does, he basically revives the corpse of Doug Ramsey and has to basically join Excalibur for a very brief period of time. Yeah, and if you're really curious though, how long is he here for? Well, by the way, last time Warlock was seen was back in issue 95 of New Mutants. Somehow he came back in X Factor. Yeah, and he's here. He comes in the 78, and he's here until for pretty much the rest of the run. It's interesting the fact they bring him in here. Yeah, and like I mentioned, 81 is just basically a standalone issue for Xavier and, well, looks like Marwick Taggart. Yeah, and that's really all it is, mostly. Yep. And then move on to the X-Force issues. Well, actually, first move on to X Factor, number 106. Oh, by the way, Scott Lobdell is the writer of these issues for Excalibur. Yep. Now, in the case of X Factor 106, that's done by Scott Lobdell and Todd Zinko. This is part of the Life Signs story arc. Life Signs is a quick three-parter that takes up basically X Factor 106, X Force 38, and Excalibur 82. It is simply put a quick little mini story arc. Involves these two teams dealing with basically Stephen Lang in this three-parter. Yeah, that's literally put basically what they do here. And by the way, Famous is still the writer of these issues. And if you're really curious, when did Fabian Nicieza lead the team? When he stopped doing the book? He's actually here for not much longer. These are his last set of issues he does the book. And then pretty much this crossover wraps up. Then we move on to his last set of issues, which is mostly put a lot of standalone stuff. Yeah, like dealing with the aftermath of the Phalanx. That's mostly what the first issue is. And by the way, you have Tony S. Dane in the artwork for these issues. Okay, so Tony S. Daniel didn't lead the book. Well, actually, he led the book with issue 43. Yep. Oh, yeah, and they revealed in issue 39, Shadowstars' real name was Gutter 7. Yep. In the case of 40, it focuses on, it's most like a little bit more like just standalone stuff. So I was like, yeah, and eventually they cross over with Generation X in issue 43. Which, of course, Banshee gets chastised for hanging out more Emma Frost than his own girlfriend. And 43, sadly put, would be his last. It would be Fabian Nicieza's last issue in the book. And the information I heard, what I just read here, apparently the reason why he left the book, because he was fired. Because he disagreed with Bob Harris over direction of his plot lines. I mean, the issues themselves, 39 and 43 were not bad. No, it's just by sheer coincidence that Tony S. Daniel had to leave too. Yeah, if I get a chance to basically talk to Tony S. Daniel about it, I'm going to see him in a couple weeks at Comic-Con. I'm going to ask about that. Yep. But then, of course, basically, we with the very next issue, issue 44, for a little while, we have Jeff Loeb on the artwork. You're thinking, really? Yep, really. Jeff Loeb is your writer for this book. Mm-hmm. And here's a good question. How long did he stay? He was here for a little over a year. Yes. Yes, he was. As to why he was here, well, apparently Rob Life had no problem with being here. Not necessarily. Yep. But interesting choice, the fact he had him take over. But in the case of my final thoughts of the season's run on X-Force, I thought this was a pretty good run. I mean, doing 43 issues and two annuals was awesome. I thought this was really good stuff here. I mean, nothing was bad. And, of course, I read online apparently that, well, the firing is justified. If it was unjustified, then fire a wrongful termination suit. But he didn't. Nope, he did not. And he got placed with Jeff Loeb, who was there for like a little over a year, then he left. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly it, particular view. Oh, by the way, the X-Force trade, it's called X-Force Phalanx Covenant. That's the name of the trade. Which, next, of course, when I talk about Thunderbolts, it'll be talking about Cable Classic Volume 3. Which will basically cap off new think of Thunderbolts. Yep. Yeah, basically it will cap off Thunderbolts, and then, well, I make this announcement now. What is basically it being replaced with? Well, the plan is to replace it with She-Hulk. That's the plan. And I'm with She-Hulk for quite a while. Let's go about She-Hulk to recover for that one. Yep. But I'm glad Thunderbolts basically is being done. But here's a really good question. When I finish X-Force, what's that gear placed with? I don't know yet. I have honestly no idea. I think once I finish Volume 1, you'll think of the cover, just X-Static and X-Force Volume 2, and that's pretty much it for that. Yep. But yeah, that's a particular view. So, for a bit, basically, I'll go back to the series of watching it. Let's go. Bye.